Welcome to day 217 of the New Way. I'll read Luke 19, 1 through 10. Jesus entered Jericho and was passing through. A man was there by the name of Zacchaeus. He was a chief tax collector and was wealthy. He wanted to see who Jesus was, but because he was short, he could not see over the crowd. So he ran ahead and climbed a sycamore fig tree to see him, since Jesus was coming that way. When Jesus reached the spot, he looked up and said to him, "Zacchaeus, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today." So he came down at once and welcomed him gladly. All the people saw this and began to mutter, "He has gone to be the guest of a sinner." But Zacchaeus stood up and said to the Lord, "Look, Lord, here and now I give half of my possessions to the poor, and if I have cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay back 4 times the amount." Jesus said to him, "Today salvation has come to this house, because this man too is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost." A very familiar Bible story. Did Zacchaeus gain salvation by his actions? I'll read Luke 19:8 again. But Zacchaeus stood up and said to the Lord, "Look, Lord, here and now I give half of my possessions to the poor, and if I have cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay back 4 times the amount." So why did Jesus say that salvation had come to Zacchaeus? I think it was because of the visible change that happened to his behavior. Before he met Jesus, his God was money. He didn't care about God or people. After he met Jesus, he wanted to use his money to benefit people. If there is no change in your behavior or attitude or goals, I sincerely question whether you have invited Jesus into your life. When self releases the control of your life, there will be a change. Now, for some people, like Zacchaeus, it's a radical change and immediate. For others, it's a very quiet, subtle change. But without a change at the core of your being, you should question whether or not you have invited Jesus in. Many people mistake belief for salvation. You can believe something without receiving it for yourself. You can believe that a chair will support your weight and hold you up, but until you sit in it, you have not received that belief for yourself. The Bible says that Satan knows and believes the truth about God and Jesus. But then technically Satan can't become a follower of Jesus because he is an angel, not a human. When you invite Jesus into your inner core and start obeying his orders instead of yourself, you will notice changes. If you have already invited Jesus into your life, what changes did you notice first? How is your behavior today affected by that decision? Are you growing in your understanding and continuing to become more like Jesus? In Luke 19:10, Jesus tells us his purpose in coming to earth. Listen as I reread Luke 19:10. "For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost." Lost can mean many things, but I think that Jesus was using it here to mean empty on the inside. in his service, Dale.